Hello, this is Build a Sister Up tonight, and we have an awesome topic for you all, like we always do. Hope everyone is doing good tonight. This is our late night talks with Bassup.
Yes, and welcome. Tonight's topic. Remember, I'm putting on the Quiet Storm voice. Tonight's topic is how long is too long to wait for marriage? You go.
All right, how long is too long? Me personally, I can only go by what I want. Everybody has their own number or whatever the case may be, whatever they're comfortable with, their comfort level. For me, I would not want to wait more than 2 years to get married. Anything after that, I think we're playing games and wasting each other's time. So life is too short to waste each other's time. So for me, I would not want to wait longer than 2 years. I think it does take at least 2 years to, get to know somebody in the different areas of the different temperaments that somebody may get: happy, sad, mad, glad, whatever the case may be. I think you should have enough experience under your belt. And you never truly have enough, because you could be married to someone for 15, 20 years and things could change. But for me, I would probably say 2 years. Like I said, after 2 years, I mean, a baby should know how to walk sometimes at 2 years, right? So
Definitely.
Yeah, so
sometimes.
Right. The relationship should be past the, walking stage, past certain stages, at that time. So that's my take on it. No more than 2 years.
Well, you made a good analogy. You said a baby got to walk. I think a baby walks at 2 months. No, how long does it take a baby to walk?
I think every child is different. For my own child, he was walking in 3 weeks. No, my own child, he was walking in 9 months. It took him 9 months.
Okay, so you got to crawl before you walk, right?
Exactly.
So it depends on if you crawled in life before alone and where you are now. Like if you have gone through relationships and you know what you want, your age, your level of occupation, your financial level, if you're ready for marriage, it depends on all of that. So it depends on the ages and stages you are in life to determine like what's appropriate of a waiting list to actually wait. So I would say 2 years is a good time, but if you want to do it 3 months, 1 year, it depends on where you are in your personal life individually to be able to bring your life and say, I want to combine my life with someone else. So I don't know. I can't put a time limit on when is an appropriate time to get married. But the question actually is, how long is too long to wait? So I would say too long to wait is actually 2 years, maybe.
Mhm.
So yeah, too long to wait for marriage, 2 years if you're an adult. I mean, why waste time? If your intent on dating is to marry, then yes, 2 years. But if your intent is to play games, then I guess you're gonna be playing around for as long as you want to. But if your intent and purpose is to marry, then get out in 2 years or less if it's not happening.
So what about the people who are like, well, I can't marry him or her right now because I don't have a better job. I gotta have better stability. I don't know. I think for that, then that's something that you all should definitely discuss, because you don't want to marry somebody and they're not completely whole, because it just gets worse in marriage. Those things just get brought out and you don't want to go
And
through
they could
that.
be the other type of whole.
That too.
That's completely not ready.
Right. Unless polygamy is stuff that you're into.
Right.
Then I mean, more power to you. But yeah, so you do want to, get to know that person. And like I said, for me, 2 years is ultimate.
2 years?
He said he wants to join. I don't even know how. Yeah, for me, 2 years.
Okay,
2
girl.
years.
I mean,
No more than 2 years for me to get to know somebody.
Okay, let's just keep it real. After 30 years old.
I would still say the same thing, and I'm talking about from experience. I was married after 2 months, and that did not work out. I ended in a divorce. Because we moved way too fast. We didn't get to know each other, and I think if we got to know each other, we would have both seen that we didn't like each other. we weren't for each other.
Oh,
And we
okay.
didn't like each other in the end. But I think that you should take some time to get to know somebody because, like I said, you have to learn their temperaments. The temperaments is very important because you have to know what you're dealing with, right? Because
Yeah.
people sometimes throw you the best of their selves when they're
Facade.
dating you, right? They
Mhm.
put on a facade when they're dating you. But when you get down to the nitty-gritty and things, then that's when the actual true colors start to come out. So I do think it takes some time, it takes some seasons in order to see that change in a person.
And I will say, so the last guy that I was involved with, he asked me to be in a relationship within like 3 weeks of meeting him, and I was all for it, whatever, because I liked him. So at like the 6 month mark or 7th month, he's like, "Oh yeah, we're just moving so fast." I'm like, "Yeah, you wanted to do it," and I was just like, "Whatever, I want to just slow down and have fun." I was like, "Let's date other people and all this stuff." So guys aren't with that if you're already in a relationship. Why would you start dating other people?
That's
So
I'm not in a relationship no more.
right, and he wasn't with it, of course. So needless to say, yeah, not dating other people, fine. But you do have to just take your time. Even this is for guys and ladies. If you are head over heels for someone way in the beginning, within a month of meeting them, just still slow down because you're probably not gonna marry. Not likely. I mean, you could marry within 3 months, but in 3 months, you're probably not gonna be marrying them. So just slow down and enjoy the ride. And that's what he wanted to. That's what I wanted to do again. Just like slow down and enjoy the ride, not like try and play house and all of that. So have fun in the beginning. Yeah, you don't have to date other people, but just keep your eyes open, keep your mind and your hearts guarded. And your parts. Keep all of that guarded when you're first dating someone.
Your hearts and your parts.
Your hearts and your parts. Keep them definitely guarded, but do date with that intent and purpose if your intent is to marry. Definitely slow it down and get to know one another. Don't just be so sprung off of, I don't know. I mean, what are you even sprung off of in 30 days or less,
Yeah.
What were you?
I think I was hooked on just him being a gentleman. He was a real gentleman at the beginning, but again, that was his facade for me. He didn't show his true colors until after we got married. So Ernest says, how fast should these type of questions show up when you actually meet someone to enter when you actually meet someone, so the person takes time to show up for some. So sometimes it does take time, like we were saying, it takes time for those true colors to show up in a person.
Then yeah, I mean, and I would say too, don't get wrapped up in, oh, this is my man, oh, this is my woman, and we are going full force. Actually, just slow down because it can cause you like stress or headache down the line. And in fact, you could have just avoided that when you just got to know everything. I'm not saying don't be committed in the beginning. If your man or woman wants to commit in the beginning, do that. But don't do the extra stuff, like giving each other the privileges of being a
wife or a husband
if you're not actually a wife or husband. And I know a lot of lots of guys like to say, lots of men like to say, well, if she can't show me she can be a wife, why would I make her a wife? Because
that's a privilege for
a wife. She's going to show you, yes, she can be loyal and committed, and you can show her the same in return. But don't show everything that actually occurs in a marriage, because that can actually hold us back from actually getting married, because we're like, well, what's to look forward to?
I think if I had a daughter, I would not teach her that.
What do you mean?
If I had a daughter, I would not tell her, yeah, date as if you married. That's not what I would tell her.
And our sister, Qualitha, if she was on, she might say the opposite. And I have a friend that might say the opposite. She might say something like, I might make sure they have a meal, or where's the line? What are wifely duties or husbandly duties? Are you taking food over to him or her? Or are you paying her bills in her household? I don't know what someone would expect the wifely or husbandly duties are, So just don't do them. Whatever you think they are, don't do those. Do girlfriend, boyfriend stuff or man, woman stuff. You know, if you're of a certain age, don't call him your girlfriend, your boyfriend, call him your man. And make sure he lives up to a man role. And if you're the man, make sure your girlfriend lives up to the woman role. That's my woman. That's my man. You know, whatever those roles you think are, as long as they're not within things that normally come in a marriage, have fun and do that stuff. So how do you show yourself as a good potential wife or husband?
I think it's a way you can do it without giving out too much of spousal responsibilities. I think some things you could just save for marriage. You know what I mean? Some things are just special.
Like what?
I have my own list, and I even want to just share it with my husband when I get married again.
I'll be your husband.
Thank you. I'm married again.
Okay, now share with me.
I just think like just certain maybe like rubbing his toes, running his.
So you wouldn't do that to your boyfriend, your man? You rub your man's feet?
Not, I no.
Would you clip his toenails?
Don't think I ever have. I clip my father's toenails, but that's my dad. That would have to be a husband duty, yes. Rubbing his toes, giving him a bath, you know, certain things like that. Catering to everything that he likes, you know.
So
what I mean?
So rubbing his toes is like a wife privilege.
Yes.
But giving him a back massage.
I can give him a massage.
You can give a boyfriend a massage.
Yeah. Toes for me, feet for me are just something that I don't want to do. So yeah, that's something that I would have to do if I'm like really in love with you. I would like rub your toes and clip your feet. Don't
clip that man's feet off. This is not misery.
clip his toes, toenails, stuff like that. But yeah, that's definitely husband qualities for me personally. For me.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. You just gotta, I guess, get to know your man to know when to draw the line.
Yeah, you do. You gotta.
So
yeah. Push them towards marriage, right? Because a lot of people ain't getting married these days, and marriage is still a beautiful thing. So try to push them towards marriage. If
him or her, if that's your intent.
And
you know what? Yeah, I guess it should be expressed in me, and if that's what you want, because a lot of people don't even want it. But if that's what you want, if that's your intent and purpose, get in and get out. And we're saying in under 2 years. So
Wanda says, if after 2 years, if the relationship is questionable, it's probably not the right one. Beware. And that is so true. If after 2 years you're still questioning, hey, is this person the one for me? Do I see myself with them? I think you should know sometimes. And sometimes they say men know if they want a woman after 3 months. So I think a man is going to know, and a woman is going to know if they can see themselves with this person for, you know, the rest of their life.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely agree. And I'm going back to my quiet storm voice. And we've come to a consensus. The two of us ladies have said 2 years or less is the time frame to get in and get out if your intent is to marry. So our sister Qualita, we don't know what she might say. She might say, I don't know, 7 years, you know, who knows what she might say. But when she comes back from her, she's on a sabbatical tonight. So when she comes back from that sabbatical, she's going to give us all the info because she has a lot of knowledge to drop, and we love hearing it.
And she's been married for 15 years, so she holds the keys.
Yes, and we have different opinions.
We do.
So thank you all for joining us.
Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for tuning in, listening, and commenting. We appreciate the comments. We appreciate everyone watching. As always, if you come back and you watch the replay of this video, you can comment and we can go ahead, like your comment and read your comment if you want to go ahead and give your opinion of how long would you stay in a marriage. I would like to hear, and I like to read some different opinions, you know, for those who have stayed longer, for those who don't have a number on how long it takes. But as always, remember to build bold, build brilliant, build a brother up, and build a sister up.
The Queen's Edition. Bye.